Hey, what's up guys, it's G-Rad here. Welcome to my next video review of stage lights. This time we are looking at the 127 LED par cam. This is a par 56 equivalent. And this is off on eBay. You can buy these. I bought 8 of these for $170. That is a hell of a deal. And they are very bright and they do light up our stage. I have used them in rehearsal countless times and I've used them in live performances. And I'm very happy with these units. They are very sturdy and they can take a bump. By that I mean you can drop them by accident and they should still work. If you don't drop them too far or too hard, obviously. I don't know, I don't drop them that far, but I did drop this one a while ago when I was trying to put it up here and I moved over to grab something and it fell off this throne. So it's about a good 3-foot drop or so. Anyways, yes, the unit seems to be very stable and it works still even after I dropped it. So I would have to say that it has a good durability design and it's very durable as far as the unit itself, despite the fact that the case is made out of plastic, but that's okay. The cord on this is about 3 feet, 3.5 feet, something like that. But it's a 3-prong, and I like that because that means the unit's grounded and it's thick. It's not some flimsy bullshit, you know, if you want to call it a cord. I mean, the one that came off the 86 LED par cam wasn't too bad. And this unit's actually not very thick either. This is about all you're going to get out of it as far as thickness is concerned. It works great, and you know, it doesn't take up any space at all, hardly. In fact, you know what, I'm going to compare it to the par 56 cam because I got it, or par 86 LED, par 38 cam because I got it right here. It uses different, you know, mounting hardware. In fact, I think the brackets for the mounts are actually almost the same. In fact, they are the same. Now, the bracket for this one is a little bit more firm, I think, than the bracket for this one, but the bracket for the 86 LED one, it seems like it's a little bit thicker. But it feels like the 86 LED one actually weighs more. So, picking them up at the same time, yeah, this one definitely weighs more. The smaller can weighs more than the larger can. How the hell, obviously, is that not going to happen? But there's your size difference, and you can see it's pretty good. It's, you know, this is only a 4.5 inch diameter. This is about a 7 inch diameter. And like I said, this unit's pretty thick. So is the 86 LED par 38 can, but it ain't that much thicker. It ain't that much thicker than the 86. In fact, I want to say it is only maybe about 1/8 or 1/16, maybe a ½ inch tops. I don't know. I don't know size dimensions too well like that right off the top of my head. But anyways, yeah, so the physical dimensions of this unit are great. Now, the only flaw that I have seen with this unit is the actual bracket. And I say that, even though this is a lighter unit, they try to give you a lighter bracket. The light bracket's a little too light. Now, it could have been the way I had it mounted, because when I had it mounted on the pole, they were mounted on their side like this. And I kind of cranked it down pretty good, just because I didn't want to move it on me easily. Now, as you can see, I can actually bend this with very little effort. Now, what I was going to try is whenever I mount it to the truss, I'm going to pin it through both of the pieces of metal. It seems to be a little bit more stable that way, and it seems like it would just hold up so much better. So that's going to be what I'm going to try to do whenever I actually go to mount this to a truss. However, the double bracket rig actually gives you the option of setting it on the floor and being able to tilt your light. You can also use it for uplighting like that. Unfortunately, unless you have right angle DMX cables, it ain't happening. But yeah, the bracket, even though it's flimsy, it does do a good job for what you need it to do, and it will hold it. It will not just sit there and snap apart on you or anything like that, so don't worry about that if you go to buy these units. On the front of the unit, you have your clear cover that is secured in place with screws, and this will prevent you from touching the LED diodes. And the LED diodes in this case, there are 127 10mm diodes, and it's a fairly even amount of both red, green, and blue, but I think there's more red. But it's like, you know, 43, 42, and 42, so, or something like that. So, you know, your guess is as good as mine. I don't remember the actual specs. I want to say this is a 7-channel DMX controllable. I don't remember that right off the top of my head. So you're going to need at least a Strobe Mode 10, I believe, or something like that. I don't know exactly what board I know you're going to need something bigger than a Chevelle Bay 4. I'm actually going to be getting the Chevelle Bay 40 to control my rig eventually. On the back of the unit, you have your 4-button digital display control panel, and you also have your DMX input and output for daisy chaining the lights together, and you also have a microphone for sound activated sensitivity and yada 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 yada. But anyways, enough of the bullshit. Let's turn it on and see what we got. I got a little plug already wired up right here so I can turn it on, because obviously, as I said before, this unit doesn't have the longest plug in the world on it. So let's plug it in and it goes kaboom. Alright, right here the program you're seeing is called Auto, and what it's doing is it's going through a combination of the 5 programs, which I will be showing you later. And this is basically your automatic light show, and this, you know, you can just put this on your stage. You can control the speed, and I believe you can control the flash rate of it too. I'm not sure. Let's see real quick. Yes, you can. You can control the speed and the flash rate. Now, your speed and your flash rate have numbers of 0 to 100. In some cases, 0 to 99. Basically, 100 points or 100 character sets. You know, basically, the higher up the number, the faster. Flash, it's 0 is for solid, and 99 is full tilt flash. We'll show you that because we got to actually go through the strobe feature and all that. So I'm going to run through it, which is basically what flash is strobing in this case, but it's labeled with an F on the unit. Alright, now that is your automatic mode. So this right here is your strobe mode, and as you can see, it's set for red. Now you can change your color. You only have a set of preset colors you can change it through. As you can see here, it's not too out of options, but I am going to go with white, or I think that's white. It's more of a, yeah. But anyway, and then you got your flash, which you see is 0 right now. There's 1, 2, 3, all the way basically to 99, which is the absolute slowest it can be. And so these can be used as strobe lights, basically. So I'm going to turn this off and go through that. And then that's your flash feature, which is basically strobe. And it's actually, it's labeled STOB on the LED. I cannot see well now, so please forgive me for having to stick my eye right into the damn thing right now, but I will be actually undergoing a cornea transplant surgery soon. So once that's done, it'll help me regain the sight that I had lost recently. That's why you haven't really also seen a lot of videos from me. But anyways, with that aside, okay, that was your strobe feature. Now this is color fade. It's labeled CLOF on the unit, and this is where you can make a mix and match of your colors. So here is red. It's at 255, which is the highest number you can get. Each you have 256 settings per color, basically 256 different shades of each color. So I want to turn red off. I'm going to turn, now you guys can have a turquoise color. I'm going to turn green off, and now it's just pure blue. Now there ain't no color. Now turn on red, turn on green, turn on blue. And you can go through your menus and make all your adjustments accordingly like that. And that's how you will, you know, change your colors here. And you can also make this strobe, I believe. I'm not sure. Okay, I was wrong. You cannot. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, well, that's the color fade. And that's what that is, labeled as COLF, as I mentioned. This is sound activation. As you can see, I'm just sitting here going ham. And it's just doing that, going ham. But it's got sensitivity controls. But it's kind of a just work with it kind of thing, but it doesn't really work too well, so I don't mess with it. And it's all the same sensitivity, basically. So there's no point in trying. This right here is slave mode. SLUD, by the way, is how it was labeled in sound, and this is actually labeled SLAU, and that's for slave mode. So if you have a whole bunch of these daisy chained together, you can program one of them to do one thing, and the rest of them will follow through in its footsteps. And that's not even the use of a DMX board. Now, here you have a DMX address, basically 1 through 512. And then you have D1 through 512. I'm not 100% sure what that is exactly. I guess it's a different labeling of DMS addresses or something. I don't know. And here's the programs that I was telling you about earlier. This is going to be program 1 right here. And basically this is just a color flash between, you know, the colors. You can see red, green, blue, yada yada yada. And I'm not even labeling them right. But anyways, that's the first program. Here's the second program. This fades into the colors. It just goes to the colors in a fading form instead of flashing straight over. It kind of, and you can control the speed, and you can also make this strobe. This is what I was thinking about earlier. But this can be strobing, and you can change the speed of it. This is, I think, speed about 90 or so. And the higher the speed, the faster the flash, the fade rate, or whatever, or the transition rate. Program 3 is just a simple red, green, and blue transition with flashing, no fading. Program 4, I like this program, kind of, sort of, depending, but this is a red, green, and blue fading in and out transition. And program 5, now this is the program I really enjoy the most, other than the automatic, whenever I don't have a DMX board. This does the transition of fading in and out between colors, but it's multiple colors. It's not just, you know, red, green, and blue. Now, that is all the features this unit has as far as controlling without a DMX. Now, if I recall correctly, this thing is 7 channels of DMX control. I'm not 100% sure. I don't remember what the manual told me. But these units are very good. If you're looking for something to, you know, light up your stage, then this will be what you want. And I'm not sure if I mentioned this earlier in the interview or the review of this unit, but the LEDs do have the triangle patterns, but they do not display a triangle pattern off the light whenever you see it on the ground or anything like that. Now, these do create a beam under a fog light, so that'll be good, or a fog machine, excuse me. So that'll be good for a good effect. And I have 8 of these, and I will probably actually get some of the 177 LED units. Those are the Par 64 equivalents, because I have some ideas for them as well. But all in all, like I said, if you're looking for a good setup, $170 gets you 8 of these, and this is plenty of light. And I will be setting these up on my truss. I have a truss now, and I haven't set it up or done a review of it yet. I actually did the review, just haven't uploaded it, so I probably will upload that soon. But yeah, if you have any questions or comments or concerns, feel free to leave these down below in your boxes, and I'll answer them as best I can. And up until then, to the next review or drum cover, I will talk to you soon. This is G-Rad signing out. Peace out.